Once upon a time, there was a young man named Che Sheng. He wasn't very wealthy, but he loved his wine so much that he couldn't sleep without having his 3 drinks each night. In fact, he often kept bottles near his bed. One night, he woke up and felt something in bed with him. Thinking it was just his blanket slipping off, he reached out to adjust them, and instead, he touched something soft and silky, like fur, but larger than a cat. Surprised, he lit a candle and saw that it was a fox, sleeping soundly beside him, as if it were a loyal dog. He noticed that his wine bottle was empty and chuckled to himself. "A drinking buddy," he said, amused. He decided not to disturb the fox, covered it with a blanket, and lay down with his arm across it, leaving the candle burning to see if anything unusual would happen. Around midnight, the fox stirred and stretched, and Che Sheng laughed, saying, "Well, you've certainly had a good sleep." He pulled back the blanket and was amazed to see that the fox had transformed into a young man, elegantly dressed like a scholar. Startled, the young man quickly stood up and bowed deeply, thanking Che Sheng for sparing his life. "Oh, don't worry," said Che Sheng. "I enjoy my wine too, and people say I'm quite fond of it. Let's be friends and drinking companions. If you're willing, we can be like the famous friends Damon and Pythias." The young man agreed, and they went back to sleep. Before they drifted off, Che Sheng invited the young man to visit him often, saying they should trust each other. The fox agreed, but when Che Sheng awoke in the morning, his new friend was gone. Still, Che Sheng was hopeful, so he prepared some fine wine that evening in case the fox returned, and sure enough, as night fell, the fox came back. They drank together, and the fox's jokes kept Che Sheng laughing. "I only wish I had met you sooner," Che Sheng said warmly. The fox replied, "I don't know how to thank you for all this wine you've been so kind to provide." "Oh, it's just a bit of wine, nothing too costly," Che Sheng replied. But the fox said, "You're a poor scholar, and I know money isn't easy to come by. I'll see if I can help you with that." The next night, when the fox returned, he told Che Sheng, 2 miles southeast of here, there's some silver lying on the roadside. Go there in the morning and take it. The next day, Che Sheng followed the directions and found 2 lumps of silver. He used the silver to buy some delicious food for himself and his fox friend to enjoy with their wine that evening. Later, the fox advised Che Sheng to open up a vault in his backyard. When he did, he discovered over 100 strings of cash. Delighted, Che Sheng exclaimed, "Now I won't have to worry about affording wine." The fox smiled and warned, "This money won't last forever, like water in a puddle. Let me help you some more." A few days later, the fox suggested that Che Sheng buy buckwheat, as it was very cheap at the market. Che Sheng bought over 40 tons, even though people laughed at him for buying so much. Soon after, a severe drought struck, ruining most crops. Buckwheat, however, survived, and Che Sheng sold his stock for 1,000% profit. Che Sheng's wealth grew, and he eventually bought 200 acres of rich farmland. With the fox's guidance, he planted the right crops each season, whether it was corn, millet, or other grains, and his fortune continued to increase. The fox became part of his household, treating Che Sheng's wife as his sister and his children as if they were his own. But when Che Sheng eventually passed away, the fox never returned to the house.